Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to Rushman Productions, where I talk about everything comics, movies, and superheroes. So, just quick update that my new song Amen is out now, so check it out. Also, some of my posters which I have put out on sale, you can check it out right here on printmyposter.in. Link is also in the description. Check it out and check my previous video out too, which is what is actually going on with the production of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So of course, Peacemaker season 2 has released today. The first episode is out right now. You can go check it out, and I saw it, and let me tell you, it is one of the most easiest way someone has introduced multiverse into the universe, into their cinematic universe. And James Gunn is very smooth with it. He's very smooth with introductions. Even the introduction of Infinity Stones in the MCU, he just came up with that in like some 30 minutes. And that actually shows how truly remarkable his craftsmanship is, how easily and how smoothly he introduces things and concepts into cinematic universes. And this is just its pinnacle of storytelling. Like, literally, we have been seeing all this multiverse things at a very big event, like this variants, this multiversal traveling story, and they have to capture someone. Like, there is this multiverse ending story, and they're all the multiverses combined, and that is the thing that we were kind of seeing in Marvel and DC in the recent years, especially after Avengers Endgame. And that is where many of this comic book media is kind of pivoting towards in these days. However, this comes off as fresh, something that just is like the multiverse is there, and they have just traveled it, and there is nothing big like magic and nothing big event happening. It just is. And even a silly character like Peacemaker is able to travel through the multiverse, and that is what is kind of easing about it. That multiverse doesn't have to be this all powerful world ending threat event kind of thing. So again, Peacemaker is a very silly character. We met him first in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, which was also fun. I loved Bloodsport. I loved Peacemaker. I loved the whole team. The Ratcatcher, Polka Dot Man, King Shark. Absolutely loved every one of them. And this is actually the third installment, the third project in the DCU. So the way this episode differs from the previous season, the way this season differs from the previous season is just one minor change, and that is like at the end of Peacemaker season 1, they show that the Justice League comes there, which is Superman, Aquaman, Flash, and Wonder Woman. Whereas in this one, that changes to the Justice Gang. So they show up along with Superman and Supergirl. So that is just the change in season 2 that they show. Everything else is kind of canon. Like, all the events of season 1 are just canon except this last part, and that was just the change in there. In fact, we are also introduced to another Peacemaker in this already. Like, in episode 1, we are just diving into the multiverse. We are just in another universe too. Like, the main Peacemaker of this whole storyline goes into another universe, and actually he just kills the other Peacemaker. And it is like, what would you expect in season 1? Like, what would you expect in episode 1? And this literally happened. I was kind of shocked to see, like, they're just killing this other variant of Peacemaker in episode 1. I was like, what? But it was fine. It was a fun episode, honestly. And so basically, the second universe in which the Peacemaker goes in is a kind of a perfect world where everything is right with the Peacemaker's family. Like, his father is good, his brother is alive, and everything is just going on happy and lucky. That Peacemaker is a very beloved character, whereas this Peacemaker is not. He's not that kind of a public figure in this universe. And so that is the major difference with this universe. And we also see that these dimensional gates and these portals are there, and this is kind of the same thing that happened with Lex Luthor's portal. So the Argus, which is headed by, of course, Rick Flag Sr., so they are kind of looking out for these anomalies, about these kind of world opening, kind of these portals and these multiversal kind of things where one can go to other dimensions. We're keeping track of it, and that is where they kind of align, or they kind of come at a point of contradiction with Peacemaker. And that is what we will see ahead, what happens and where it takes them. We also saw in the teasers and the trailers that Peacemaker will go to other universes as well, so we'll see where that takes us. And yes, it was a pretty decent episode. It was, of course, John Cena's character is brilliant as Peacemaker. He loves to be Peacemaker. We just see it when he's on TV, when he's doing interviews and stuff like that. So that was great. And along with that, the Justice Gang, they are not good people, man. Let me tell you, the Justice Gang, they are not good people. Anyways, so that interaction was also kind of funny, where Justice Gang and Maxwell Lord are kind of having this conversation with Peacemaker, and it was funny. And yes, it was. I mean, of course, he was hoping to join the Justice Gang, but the remarks they passed about him, I was like, nah, man, I'm not doing this. I'm out of this. And then he just goes off and he kind of goes on to his own thing. Also, this felt different than all the previous projects that we have had. Yes, it kind of has a hints of Creature Commandos. It has hints of, you know, Superman in there, but tonally it feels different just from its first episode. And also there are many Easter eggs here. One of the best things that came out of this is the name drop of Arkham Asylum. And so it was like metahumans have been kind of escaping from Belle Reve and Arkham. So it was kind of good to see a Batman related thing again in the DCU's Easter egg. So, anyways, it was a good episode. Overall, loved it. Let's see what happens. Excited to see what happens in episode 2. And in fact, James Gunn has said that the later episodes, the ending episodes, episode 6, 7, 8, yeah, so those are some very pretty heavy things are happening in the end. So let's see where that takes us, what it keeps on and building to the DCU. And yes, it was amazing. There are many kind of references to characters as well, like this rainbow creature, this super ape kind of thing is also mentioned in there. And yeah, it's just great. Love to see that. And yes, so yes, overall it was a fun episode. Loved it. I'm still left to see season 1. I know I was kind of spoiled about the ending of what has happens in season 1 because they show a recap in there. So I mean, I don't know. Let's see. I'll see season 1. And yes, that was it. I'll see you next.